All right. Teofimo Lopez clowns little Lomachenko and explains exactly why he is too much for the Matrix. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. So Teofimo Lopez out here clowning Vasyl Lomachenko and saying, hey man, flexing his muscles and explaining exactly why he thinks he is too much for Vasyl Lomachenko, and his rationale makes a lot of sense to me. Before we get into the meat of the video though, thank you for coming, subscribers. If you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon. Also, thank you to everybody for supporting me in the Patreon, for supporting me in the live streams that we do Monday through Friday, and supporting in the as a member of the channel. I invite you, if you're a longtime subscriber, to join as a member. Your support will be greatly appreciated. Now, Teofimo Lopez is a bit of a jerk, I have to say. As far as his personality and how he carries himself, I'm not the biggest fan. However, now that's just a personal thing, right? How he has a certain amount of arrogance to him. He has a certain way that he moves that just kind of rubs me a little bit the wrong way. But what I really do appreciate the dude is that he really can fight. Now, I can't say that I truly understand Teofimo Lopez. I have to watch his fights more. I'd have to see him fight for longer times, see him in the boxing, see him in his, maybe see him spar, see him in his training camp, so that I can understand really why so many people that I respect behind the scenes in boxing think so highly of Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo Lopez is somebody that when I ask about him, right now, this was when Devin Haney was before he moved to Matchroom, when Gervonta Davis is, obviously he's Gervonta Davis, Ryan Garcia is there, right? You got other guys in that age range, like a Virgil Ortiz and a Jaron Ennis, the guys that are the real super talented. Shakur Stevenson is obviously one of these guys. Chris Colbert is another one of these guys at lightweight as well. He's not quite got the shot at lightweight that the other guys have had, but Chris Colbert is also out there in the lightweight division. Now, but when I listened to people and asked them who they thought was the best guy out there, people just immediately started talking about Teofimo Lopez. They started talking about Teofimo Lopez in more glowing terms than they spoke about Devin Haney, even though they thought very highly of Devin Haney. They spoke about him more highly than Ryan Garcia, and that is obvious why that is. That's a 3-round fight tops between the two of them. 3. Matter of fact, Teofimo Lopez is Ryan Garcia's nightmare. So this is a guy, I say this as somebody where I have to say I cannot see it like that. I can't see it, but that is probably because of a lack of my eye for the intricacies of what's going on in the ring, right? Because I'm a lifelong boxing fan, but hey, man, there are trainers. The people that I'm talking about are the people that are doing that are correcting the way people throw. Hey, that hook is too loopy. Those type of guys, the technicians. They look at Teofimo Lopez, the ones that I've spoken to, and talk about him very highly. So I have been, with that in mind, I have, when it was announced or the conversation started about Teofimo Lopez fighting Vasyl Lomachenko, for me, I said, okay, this is the guy. This, of all the guys that I've seen, this is the guy, right? This is the guy that's going to bust his ass out the Matrix because he has everything he needs inside the ring, and probably more importantly, outside the ring, to get past Vasyl Lomachenko. Now, one of the things that I see is what Teofimo Lopez has mentioned himself in this particular video, which is I believe is on Fight Hype, where he talks about Teofimo. He's lifting these weights, right? He's got doing 30-pound curls. Up your weights, man. 30-pound curls. What is that, man? You need get some strength, man. Wait, who curls 30 pounds? Anyway, maybe he's just doing some little bit light, doing a little bit of light work with the curls. But anyway, he's a big, strong guy who probably is going to wind up at being at 147, where Vasyl Lomachenko is somebody that probably is best at 130. Now, I'm not saying that Vasyl Lomachenko is not a lightweight. I don't buy that at all. I believe 100% that dude is that the dude is a lightweight, right? If you can get up there and you can beat the type of guys, if you can beat Jorge Linares, you can beat Jorge Linares, you can beat what's the other guy's name? Jose Pedraza. If you can beat those type of guys at 135 pounds, dude, you're 135 pounders. If you can beat Luke Campbell at 135 pounds, you're a legitimate 135 pounder, man. So, but Teofimo Lopez, on the other hand, is probably legit 147, like a legit 147. In this picture, when he's lifting, he's saying he's weighing somewhere around 155 pounds or something like that. Maybe he's like something around 155, but it's a clear 20 pounds up from the lightweight limit. And Teofimo Lopez, while he's walking around at 155 plus pounds, does not look fat. His cheeks do not look big. He looks like he's in shape. He has a reasonable amount of definition in his arms. It's not like a Marcos Maidana type of situation where, he's walking around looking super pudgy and really, shrinking down. I don't think Teofimo Lopez is too long for the 135 pound division. I think that when Jose Ramirez talks about Teofimo Lopez and saying that neither Teofimo Lopez nor Devin Haney, he doesn't think either one of those guys can go the distance. Well, I think Jose Ramirez has a good chance where he might have a chance to find out whether that would be the case or not, provided that Bob Arum would actually make that fight, which is, who knows, man. But wow, by the way, now I know this is in the middle of the video, so I can say it. Hey, man, keep your eyes on for you Patreons. Keep a lookout for a video. I'm going to do the talking. I'm going to talk about this subject on my Patreon. But man, these do some crooked. Man, Bob Arum's, man, other level crooked, man. Other level crooked, other level despicable. And if you guys, after what you know now from what we're going to talk about, think that Glovegate was some wild conspiracy, man, get out of here. Not with all the money and the crookedness these guys got going on that they're actually out there bragging about. So, anyway, back to, I'm sorry, I got off topic for a second, but Teofimo Lopez inside the ring is probably, physically the strongest guy that Vasyl Lomachenko has ever been in the ring with. And if they said things about Vasyl Lomachenko, you remember when he lost, even though a lot of people act as if that never happened. Remember when he lost against Orlando Salido? What was the reason that they said that he lost? He was too big. He's too big. He came in way over the limit. He wasn't, he's supposed to be fighting at 126. He really walked in the ring 140 pounder, right? Remember that? Now look at the rest of the people that Vasyl Lomachenko's fought. He's never faced that problem again. He's never fought a super aggressive, an aggressive, strong, hard-punching fighter. And Orlando Salido is nobody's Teofimo Lopez. First of all, Orlando Salido ain't nobody's Teofimo Lopez, period. Now, he had much more experience at the time, right, with a lot more fights than Teofimo Lopez has. But Teofimo Lopez can offset that minor advantage for Orlando Salido with, that's not a minor disadvantage, excuse me. But all things considered, when you consider one guy's talent level versus the other guy's talent level, man, that's here and here. Teofimo, if he had a hard time keeping off and didn't like the body shots coming up off of Orlando Salido, what's he going to like with Teofimo Lopez. Now, I don't know, again, going back to the beginning of the video, I don't know whether or not Teofimo Lopez has the ability to get inside and start wearing his body out like that and switch inside, and doing, really getting that infighting going with Vasyl Lomachenko. But if he does and he can, Lomachenko's going to get knocked out. Because Lomachenko is right there. Like, that's one of the thing about Orlando Salido. Orlando Salido being that pressure fighter, right, who can slip punches, was willing to take those shots and then let stuff off at the same time and make Vasyl Lomachenko pay because he's right here, right? And remember, so because he's right next to you, he's strong enough to make you pay and strong enough to slow Vasyl Lomachenko down. Man, Teofimo Lopez can do that. I see no reason why Teofimo Lopez can't knock out Vasyl Lomachenko if he has that skill set in him. Because Vasyl Lomachenko is not somebody that's got one punch knockout power. He's somebody that's going to beat you up with an accumulation of punches. That is harder to do against a guy that is bigger. Your body shots aren't going to affect him as much. Your head shots aren't going to affect him as much. And the stuff coming at you is going to affect you more. So I've been saying this, right, about Teofimo Lopez and Vasyl Lomachenko, that inside the ring, that's a very tough fight for Vasyl Lomachenko that he very well might lose. And outside the ring, it's really in the business interest of Top Rank for Vasyl Lomachenko to lose to Teofimo Lopez. So do not expect any of the benefit of the doubt goes to Lomachenko stuff if Top Rank has something to do with it. And also, they have some of the dirtiest crap going on over there at Top Rank that there is in boxing, or that there's been in boxing in the last 50 years. So throw that in there, throw that in the mix as well. At least that's my opinion of it. From somebody that's on the outside looking in, you can judge for yourself. But anyway, it is what it is. You let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Peace.